Hey, I want to thank my subscribers, Antonio Rahim and Phyllis Anderson, for sending this story. You both kind of sent the story close together. So, so I'm going to give you both credit for this particular story. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, another mass shooting. I don't even think we are days away from the one that happened in New York. Get used to this. This is going to be every week occurrence in America. This is what happens when you give too much privilege to one set of people and you act like they can't do no wrong. So America made people like Devin Keller. Okay, Devin Keller is a product of his group and environment. This is what America turns out. And they call these the good people, and they call anybody that don't look like Devin Kevin the bad people. But we are seeing more and more that that is definitely not true. But let's get into this story about what this white male did at a church in Texas. This is USA Today, dated November 5th, 2017. I mean, look, he killed more people than Dylan Roof. And I believe this is a predominantly white church down in Texas. Gunmen opened fire at Texas church, killing at least 27. And from what I understand, he killed the pastor's daughter. It was one of the people killed in this church. A gunman opened fire Sunday at a rural church outside San Antonio, killing at least 27 people, a Texas lawmaker said. The killer was fatally shot a short time later in a neighboring Texas county, said a law enforcement official who was not authorized to comment publicly. And that's what they're going to say throughout this article. Authorities did not immediately identify a motive for the attack at First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs. The gunman was identified as Devin Kelly, 26, of nearby Comal County, Texas, said two law enforcement officials who were not authorized to comment publicly. Wilson County Commission Albert Gamez told CNN the shooter died following a short police pursuit, but it was not immediately clear whether the gunman was killed by officers or if his wounds were self-inflicted, Gamez said. So the governor says, our prayers go out to all who were harmed by this evil act, and that was Greg Abbott. And he sent that out on Twitter. And then the senator, you always get these political comments, a statement, they're horrified by the shooting, tragedy, sickened because the victims included children, because it happened in a place that was meant to be a sanctuary, a place of worship. It's a cowardly act because, see, people in church are really not going to be armed. That's the one place people do expect to be safe, but not safe in America. Dylan Roof already showed us that. Frank Pomeroy, who was pastor at the church, told ABC News that he was out of town when the rampage took place, but his daughter was killed. All right, and I think the daughter was 14 years old. And this is another pastor at River Oaks Church, said during the service he had a couple of emergency responders in his congregation, and they had to abruptly leave to go over to the other church to help. So, and here's Trump's tweet. May God be with the people of Sutherland Springs, Texas. The FBI and law enforcement are on the scene. I am monitoring the situation from Japan. Well, whatever, Trump. Let's see in the coming days if he calls him a terrorist and demand the death penalty in Guantanamo Bay. I don't think so. Because this is who Devin Keller is. So because of who he is, he will never be called a terrorist in America. Okay? This 26, very old looking man, because he sure don't look 26, he looks a hell of a lot older, has privileges even in death. He will never be called a terrorist, ladies and gentlemen. Never. Okay, so apparently shortly after he left the scene, they don't know whether he was killed or he took his own life. All right. And there were injured people that had to be taken to a nearby hospital, university, health system. They said they're caring for 10 patients, at least 4 of them are children. So there were injuries in the church. So another day, y'all, another shooting. This is just becoming commonplace in America. You know, from Stephen Paddock all the way to now, it's really an outrage of how frequently this is now happening in the country. I mean, it always happened. This has always been something that has occurred all throughout the century, mass shootings. And it's something that will be with America for a long time to come. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell for my next upcoming videos. Peace, family.